Hello, welcome to this section on how to create any website or software with AI. So you guys are actually familiar with ChatGPT, whereby you actually send a prompt and you're going to get a response. So we have Gemini, ChatGPT, we have Cloud, DeepSeek, and the rest. But what if you actually want to develop a website for a client or for your personal brand? So in this section, you're going to learn how to develop website from scratch using ChatGPT, using AI, and at the same time, you're also going to learn how to deploy these websites online. So the first thing you have to do is that you have to go to antigravity.google. So just go to antigravity.google. So once you get to antigravity.google, it's going to bring you to this interface. So just go to under products because Google is having so many products. So just download this antigravity ID. Click on it. So it's going to take you to antigravity ID. So just click on it and download. So if you click on it now, it's going to start downloading. So let's go down. We need to select. I think we need to select the version. So I'm actually if you're using Mac, download for Apple, but I'm making use of Windows, so I'll be downloading for S64. So if I click on it now, it should start downloading. So if you check it here, you see that it's already downloading. So I'm going to wait. So the Antigravity is actually done downloading. So what you just need to do is just click on it and install it. So once you install it, just go to your window and type Antigravity ID. Can you see it? Just click on it. So I'm going to look my own now. So once you click on Antigravity, make sure you actually log in your Google's account. For my own end, so once you successfully log in, click on accept all the terms and conditions. Sometimes you might need to scroll down to accept some of these terms and conditions. So once you accept it and you log in, so Antigravity is going to give you access to the module. But so let's look at the interface for Antigravity ID. So on this part, so you can actually see that we have some options here. So we have files. So let's say, for instance, you need to point to where you want to save your code. So for that, you can just click on File, you click on Home folder, then you navigate to where you want to store your code. So I want to store my code inside Project Antigravity. You can just create a folder of your own. So let me just create a new one. So I'll call this that's Control Shift N. I can actually call it Project TV. So if I click on it to enter it, that's it. I'm inside Project TV now. I'll click on Select it. So once I select it now, you'll see that I'm actually inside Project TV now. So you don't need to create any file, but if you have a file here, that's fine. But you don't need to create any file. So you can see that it's actually having the same interface with VS Code. If you're not familiar with programming, don't worry. So see, these are some options. But one of the most important options here is what you call terminal. So you click on terminal now and you click on new terminal. It's going to load it down here. So with this terminal, actually, once you actually finish using Antigravity to develop your app and you want to run it personally, so you need to make use of terminal. So you can see now that currently is in PowerShell. So you click is in PowerShell. So if you actually want to switch to um, command prompt, just click on this drop down, then click on command prompt. So it's going to open command prompt here. Then you can just delete. So you click on something like I think it does delete the PowerShell. So if I create let's say I create PowerShell now, let's create another PowerShell. Because now that we have PowerShell, so you can just click here to delete it, so that you can be left with command prompt. So I'm going to cancel that. So this is actually where you're going to see the results of some of the results of what the chatbot is giving you. So let's say, for instance, you actually want to communicate with the chatbot. So you can just come back and see that we have something like called an agent here. So for this agent, you can see, so this is where you can actually communicate with the chatbot. And you can use your mic to communicate. And let's say, for instance, you want to develop a website and you already have the screenshot of that website. You can just come down here and click on Add Contest, click on Media. So once you click on Media, it will actually trigger your system. You can just go to where that particular screenshot is and upload it here. So let's say, for instance, you actually want to chat with the chatbot. You can just say something. So if you click on this model now, you can see that we have series of model here. So on my own account, you can see that I'm having like close to like 7 models. And if you look at it, you can see that we have the medium, we have the high, the low, and the rest. So just because you have all these models does not literally mean that you'll be able to use everything. So it gets to the point that you will need to you won't be able to use the particular model again. So you might need to wait for maybe after a week, after 3 days, based on the subscription you're making use of. So for now, but the first time you actually access it is going to be free. So always make sure that whenever you want to develop something that is not that complex, always make sure you use the list model so that it won't consume your token. Because the higher the model, the more it actually consumes your token. For example, the cloud purpose consume more token compared to Gemini 3.5 Flash. So let's say, for instance, I just want to, so if you actually want to create anything, you're going to put it inside this box here. So let's say, for instance, I want to create a portfolio website now, for instance. So for that one, I just need to click on this drop down. I'll click on, let's say, let me make use of low. So I need to create a portfolio website. So let me just tell it that I need to create a portfolio website. So the best thing you need to do is that if you actually want to create a website, it's better you actually gather all the requirements before, because if you're prompting it here, it's going to be consuming more token, and at the end of the day, you'll be able to use the model again. So what you can just do is that you can go to your ChatGPT and try to access the normal model and allow it to actually give you the full prompts that you're going to give to Antigravity. So let's say, for instance, I want to create a resume website for my personal self now. So what you can just do is that you go to your internet, your Chrome. So let's search for Gemini because I make use of Gemini most of the time. So you can see that I'm actually inside Gemini now. So don't forget I'm using Gemini Pro. So that's what I'm using actually. So I think to subscribe is around, for now I think there is a discount, it's around 2,900. Well, naturally it should be 28,000. So I can just say something like, I want to use Antigravity to create a visually appealing resume. So let me just say portfolio website. Portfolio website. So I can just say something like this. What are the requirements that I need to provide for you so that you can help me to generate prompts But so what I want to do here is that I want to give, so I want the AI to ask me what are the requirements needed to create a portfolio website so that you can actually generate the prompts I'm going to give to Antigravity. So let's send it. So if you actually send it now, you'll see that it's going to give me. You can see that it says building high-end portfolio website using Antigravity. You can see the requirements, your core identity, what is your name, which is name. So my name is actually, this is my name actually. So you can, so if your name is not there, you can just give it your name. Let me just use dynamic technocrat. Dynamic technocrat. So, or you can just make your name is my name. That is about it. Ayode Jamaica. So what is your biography? So I can just something like a data scientist, an ML engineer, something like that. Then you can just, what are your core skills? So my core skills are something like Python, NLP, which is natural language processing. Then we have the transformer. Sorry. So we have the transformer model. So we have that. So you can also ask, okay, what are the key projects that you work on? So let's say I worked on text generation in English. Maybe this one of my projects. Sentiment analysis for sales. So we have two. So it's asking me design. So it's asking for the design now. What look are you going for? Is it cinematic, dark, and the rest? So I can just say I'm going for something like this high contrast. So I can put it here. So also it also asks for color palette. What is the stack? So what is the tech stack? Engineering school. So I actually want Antigravity to use React and let's just pick it up normal HTML for now. So but you can actually pick React because it's Antigravity is the AI model that is going to write it, not you. Let's pick that. Then do you want a custom animation? So scroll trigger. Yes, I want this. So I can say yes, I want this. So I think I'm done. So if I send it now, so what it's going to do is that it's going to generate the prompts that I'm going to give to Antigravity. So just watch, you can see that it's generating it now. So if you come down here, you can see that it's generating it now. So it doesn't need it. So I can just copy it. So I just need to copy it, then go to Antigravity. Then inside this box, you just need to paste it. So once you paste it, just select the model you want to use. So for me now, I'm going to be using Medium. I'll use Medium. I think our app is not expiring. So if I send it out, you'll see that it will start creating the website. So the first thing it's going to create is that it's going to create this plan, which is called implementation. So you need to review that plan first. So you can see that it's doing implementation plan. So you might need to review it. So this is the plan. So you can just go over it and see whether there is anything that you need to fix there. Let's say for instance you want to fix something like you can see for example you're saying phone their contacts. You can see that I didn't even supply my contact as well. I didn't supply, so I need to do that. So you can just anything you want to supply, you can just put it inside this box. Like something like also include my email, which is dynamic technocrats. So I've sent it. You can see that it has actually put it in the plan. If I click on it now, so I think it's now there. So let's try to go over it again once again. So once you actually review it, so what you just need to do is you can just put anything that you want to put here. So I'll just click on proceed now. So if I click on proceed now, it will start developing the website. Just watch. So it has created the task. So look at the task now. It's going to create the style.css. It's also going to create the index.html, and it's also going to create the app.js. So you can see that it's creating the style now. So it's going to create everything. So you can see that it's creating the HTML now. And if you check the code, you can see that it's writing it. You can see, like within a few seconds, like we already got like over 200 lines of code. For the style is also there. You can see for the style now we have it. So let's just wait so that it's going to be done. So it's trying to run it. So it's actually running something there. So you just need to wait for it to be done. So what you can just try to get a cup of coffee and just wash. You can just go and come back. Okay. So basically, what actually did was that it actually opened my browser and it's actually waiting for me to approve that. So you'll always be at alert. So I just click on always allow. So once I click on it now, so it's going to try. Let's see what is working at on here. So let's see. So I think there's an error. It actually ran this one. So but there's an error. So possibly you can see maybe it's going to fix that. So it says agent needs your input. So let's go back. Let's see. So you can see that. So if you actually want to run it because it's an HTML file, what you need to do is you have to go to this your particular file path and run it. But the best thing is that you can just ask the model that's okay. How do I run it? So you can just ask him, how do I run it? So let's see the response. So he's going to give a response on how you're going to run it. So what I'm just trying to okay, now so you can see that he's saying that okay. He's saying open your command. So let's open our terminal. So let's open our terminal. And so it says navigate inside here. So let's try to do that. Okay, we're inside here. So once you copy it, just press just right click. It's going to paste it, then press enter. Then run one of these simple commands to start it. So let's use Python. So don't forget Python. So if I run it now and I press enter, so let's see. Okay, I think is okay, allow. Okay, so let's see. So it says it will give you a local web address of 8,000. So I believe this is it. So just hold control and click it. So let's see to see. Okay, I think I got the wrong one. So let's just copy this. Let's copy it and paste it here. So if I paste it now, you'll see that we have our website. Can you see now? That's the web our website. That's the web our website now. Very simple website. If I click on view, you can see it's text generation. So if you actually want to add anything, let's say I want to add something like contact something like this thing here, book an appointment. So what you just need to do is just go back to Antigravity and type. So I'm going to stop this server. Just press Ctrl C to stop it. So if you want to clear it, just type CLS. It's going to clear it. So let's just say add book me as part of the tab. So it's creating now. So I'm going to wait. I'm using Gemini 3.1i. So 3.1 Pro I. So it's more advanced than medium. So let's see. I think it's done. So let's try to run it again. So you can just if you can't figure out to run it, you can just say how do I run it? Just a simple question, isn't it? So you're going to tell you how you're going to run it. So you're saying that just so let's copy this. And let's okay, I think it's still running. So it's listed that now. So the actually says copy this part exactly it is because it's giving you different ways. That is it paste that part in your browser. It says so what you want to do is that it wants to run the HTML directly instead of like if I put it down here, you see that we now have the bookmark section. Can you see the bookmark? So that is just about how to create that. So in our next class, we're going to be creating more programs and stay tuned. Guys, so welcome to this section. So you've seen that we were able to develop our website. And don't forget that because we are using AI, so it's not limited to HTML or CSS. So the point is this: what if you want to upload, you want to make your website to be online? How are you going to do it? So that means that you need to deploy it on a particular server. So and there are various hosting platforms that you can use. And I'm going to list some hosting websites which you can actually get for free. And the one example of that is Vercel. We have Render. We have other ones like that. So, but in this section, for the sake of simplicity, I'll be making use of Vercel. So how do you deploy this app on Vercel? So the first thing you must do is that you have to put this your code somewhere online. And one of the best places you can put it is you can put it on GitHub. So you have to upload it on GitHub. So GitHub will actually allow you to be able to save your code in a repository. So a repository is just like a particular folder where your code is going to sit. So that Vercel can actually connect to your GitHub and to be able to deploy your code online. So that is the essence of that. So like Vercel can just connect into like inside the laptop directly. So your code has to be in cloud. So it's going to connect to it. And so also you can also transfer your code from your laptop directly online as well. So it's not limited to that. So with computer anything is possible. But in this class we're going to be making use of GitHub. Thank you. So what I just want to do is that you just go to Google and type github.com. So try to register. So once you register, get your username. For example, now if you check mine, you see that my name is Dynamic Technocrat, and so just try to register, sign up and register. So once you register, you click on this new, so it can be new repository, or you can just come down here, you see repository. So if you click on repository now, so it's going to bring out all my code here, all my code down here, it's going to bring it out. So that's some of my code. And so what I just need to do is I'll click on the new, can you see new here? I'll click on new. So I'll be able to create a repository. So in this case, what did we create? So what we actually did there was that we actually create a particular website, right? So let's call it my website. So I'm going to advise that you put your code in private so that people will not have access to it. You change the visibility to private because if you put it in public, you're going to have access to it. So you don't need to do anything, just click on create. Just click on create. So you can see that we now have it here. So for you to be able to work with your code, so these are the stuff you're going to work with. So you can see that GitHub actually give you some of the code you can actually run in your terminal to be able to connect to it. So let's just start. So the first one is that it says that create a readme. So a readme is more like something that is a readme is more like something that is more like what people can just read it and know about your repository. So instead of me following this, you can follow it. It's very easy. But instead of me following this, I can just click on everything and give it to my Antigravity here, Ctrl V, and I'm going to tell him that I want to deploy this code to not deploy. I want to push this code to I want to push this code to where I want to push it to GitHub. And then you need to tell him that because we've not connected our VS Code with our GitHub, so you need to tell him that, and I have not connected my GitHub, my VS Code with my GitHub. So not VS Code, let's just say my terminal with my GitHub. If I send it now, it's going to understand it, and it's going to give you how you're going to connect it. So you can see it's actually saying that. Okay, let's just hold on and wait for his instruction. So it's actually taking more time, so that's why I just have to stop it. But if you actually read the thinking, you'll see that it's trying to take the decision for you, which is more like I intend to put the code to GitHub. So I don't really know whether he's running it in the background, so I don't really know. So I'm going to stop it, and I'm going to ask him, give me the code I need to run in terminal. That's better. So if I send it now, so if you check it now, you see that it has given me some code. So these are the code now. Can you see it? So it says, I think the first code is actually okay. Here you need to run a terminal to put your code to your GitHub. Make sure your terminal is open. So let's try to create. So I'll make sure that you are logged in. Git init. You come down here. Let's put it there. So if once you initiate it, I think you can see that actually color coded. That actually means that it's tracking all this file here. So git add actually means that we are going to add our code to what we want to send to our server. So after adding it, we need to commit. Git commit. So after committing it, then we need to switch to branch. So just for this git branch. Then lastly, not lastly, so we actually connect it to this particular repo. So let's run it and send it. And lastly, we use git push. So you can see that it actually failed now. So let's copy it. We just need to copy the error, Ctrl C, and give it to it. And tell him that we are not yet logging to GitHub on our terminal. So if we send it now, it's going to, it should give us the code that will fix that. So now, so it was able to give us this code, which is that you want this to command to place in place that with your actual. So we have this git config global user.name, your username. You know, when you were creating your GitHub, you were given a username. So I just need to copy this one. So let's just put it in the box and remove this. So you have to change it to your name. So what is your name? So if I actually go to my GitHub now, under my GitHub, so let me just go there and navigate to where my username is. So if you look at it very well, you see that mine is actually dynamic technocrat. So let me just click on profile so you can actually see it well. So you can see now that it is dynamic technocrat. So I just need to click on it, then go back. Then I just need to replace it with this. So if I copy it now and I send it here and I want it, it's going to one. So the second code you need to want is your email. So copy it again, remove this one and put this one. So put your email there. So my email is actually, so don't forget it's going to be input. Is dynamic technocrat at gmail.com. So if I copy it now and I run it, we have it. So what next? So it actually says now that you commit, we want the commit again. So let's try to do that. Sorry, let's try to commit. So we created that, and let's try to push to see if it's going to push now. So let's try to push. So you can see that actually bring out this one that I should sign. So I'm going to click on sign now. So let's sign. So you can see it actually bring it out. Authentication succeeded. Can you see it? So let's go back. You can see that it's not successful. So if you check my code now, this place, if you check under my, so let's go back to where I was before. I think if I click on backspace, which is this place. So if I click on enter now, you see that I'm going to have this code here. So can you see that the code has been moved here now? So and another way to get it is just click this place and click on repository. So if you click on repository, you see it here. Then click it, you'll be able to see it here. Can you see it? So now once your code is here, so the next thing is that you can now so the next thing is that you can now deploy it on Vercel. Before you can actually deploy it on Vercel, you need to have a configuration. So what I'm going to do is that then you have to inform your Antigravity. So you have to say something like thanks is push. Then you can now say something like I want to deploy on Vercel and I need you to write my configuration file. And after writing it, I need you to give me the code to push it on GitHub again. I actually know the code, but I want you guys to be familiar with this Antigravity. So if I run it now, so it's going to do it now. Just watch. So you can see that it has created the Vercel. So this is Vercel now. So this is the Vercel. It's created now. So let's see the code it actually gives us. So the first code is this, which is Vercel. So let's run it. So the second code is actually this one. So before I run the last code, if you check my GitHub, you can see the Vercel file is not there. But once I use the push now, just watch. It's going to be there now. Just watch. So if I run it now, it's going to be there. So you can see if you check it now. So let's refresh. If I press enter, you see that it's going to be there now. Can you see it now? So now we have it. So also it actually give you walkthrough on how you can deploy it on Vercel. Go to vercel.com and do that. So let's go to Vercel now. So I'm going to Vercel. Let's go to Vercel. Search for Vercel. Vercel. So you can just click on vercel.com or search for Vercel on Google. So this is Vercel now. You can just go to vercel.com and then you click on login. You can just sign up. So you sign up. So you can actually sign up with your GitHub. So what directly is going to connect to your GitHub. So let me click on continue with GitHub. It's because I have my GitHub login already. So if I click on continue with GitHub now, so it's going to try to connect. Continue. So I'm going to click on that. And it's going to seek for authorization. So I'm going to click on authorize. So once I click on it, it's going to log in. Just watch. Okay. Social media. Okay, I have to sign up. It's a new account, and that's because. So continue with GitHub. I'm making GitHub as my sign up. Continue. So it's working now. It's trying to onboard me. So let me just have this. Let's call it let's call it a dynamic technocrats team. I think that's better. So let's click on continue. So so I think for the poll you have to make payment for that. So you can see what we have here now. So once you have it, so for you to connect with your GitHub, so just click on connect with GitHub. So once you connect with GitHub now, so you click on install. So once you click on install, you are going to so just click on install. So once you have that, all your code is going to be here. So you can see the website now. I'm having other code here. So this is the website. So for the website, just click on imports. So just click on imports. Then I don't need to do much. So I just need to deploy directly. So I'm still going to take you on how to work with this one, but that'll be later. So let's just click on deploy directly. So if I click on deploy now, so the code is going to be deployed online. So you can see how easy it is to deploy it. Just watch. It's almost, I think it's done. And so you can see. So once you click, so you click on continue to dashboard. So once you have that, so you're going to be given a link. So can you see the domain link now? So this is the link that you're going to give to your friend. So you click on it now. You can see that your website is now on. Can you see it now? So you can just copy this link and give it to your friend. But if you're not okay with the link, I think you can just come to under domain here, and you can just try to. I think you can just try to edit and try to, maybe you want let's just make it to be something like Mr. DG first. I just want to try to make it to be unique. Mr. DG first. So let's try to save it. So you see, I will say remove old one. I will click on save. So we have Mr. DG first. So let's click on refresh to refresh it. So if you click on search for Mr. DG first.Vercel. Oh, sorry, I need to. Sorry, I'm so sorry about that. So Mr. DG first.Vercel. So I want it now. Can you see now that we now have it? Mr. DG first.Vercel.app. So you can actually edit it. If you don't want it, you can just edit it. And also, you can also purchase as well. Let's say you want it to be .com. You can just click on buy. Then you can actually buy any domain that you want. So you can just buy. You can just search for any domain of your choice and you buy. Then also you can use Hostinger and the rest. So that's about how to create and deploy a website on Vercel. So in our next class, we're going to be looking at how to develop a more sophisticated website